Module 3, Open Water Boat Handling. Before beginning your on-water course, you should have completed the safety briefing and pre-departure checklist. Additionally, in accordance with the Sea Scouts guidelines, each scout must obtain a valid boat operator certificate. You'll maintain a ratio of 1 trainer to no more than 4 students. All students will demonstrate each maneuver, so rotate students after each section before moving on to the next maneuver. It may be necessary for some students to practice each maneuver more than once before advancing. Before progressing to Module 3, Open Water Boat Handling, your student will have demonstrated the maneuvers in close quarters with confidence. It is not uncommon for a teen to repeat Module 1 and 2 before progressing to open water maneuvers. Assessing the confidence and abilities of your students will accurately ensure a safer boating experience. For Module 3, Open Water Boat Handling, it is important for you to have knowledge of your boat, including how it reacts in different situations, to safely teach boat handling. A skilled operator is not only familiar with the specific characteristics of the boat's response, but also knows the boat's limitations in varying weather and water conditions and can predict how the boat will respond. In this module, students will focus on maneuvers in open water, including gradual stop, urgent stop, throttle control increasing speed, and crossing a wake. Make sure everyone is wearing properly fitted and fastened life jackets and all the navigation rules and safety practices are being followed. This module presents skills in various environmental conditions, using a variety of boat types, which are unlikely to all exist during a course. Given the variables of weather, wind, current, and facilities, it may be necessary for the instructor to adapt or alter the skills progression. If the day of the course is breezy, the calm condition skills must be adapted or omitted. Likewise, if there is no wind or no current, some skills must be altered or omitted. As the trainer, it is your responsibility to confirm the boat operator has properly attached the ECOS, or engine cutoff switch. You will have to complete this task anytime the boat operators switch out. If for any reason the ECOS is removed, the propeller will stop. Stand next to your student as they take the boat operator position. It is important to train the students on the importance of using the ECOS and how it saves lives. In preparing for departure, refer to the preparation list found in Module 3. These are tasks in addition to your pre-departure checklist. 1. Boat trim. With an instructor and up to 4 students, it is important to distribute the weight of the occupants and gear aboard your vessel. Have each student assess the balance of the vessel. 2. Starting the engine, attaching the ECOS, the engine cutoff switch. The instructor will stand next to the student at the helm, and as each student rotates a turn as boat operator, the instructor will always have the ECOS attached to the boat operator. Start the engine and demonstrate the ECOS by pulling the lanyard, flip the switch, and shut off the engine. Emphasize the importance of always attaching the ECOS prior to starting the engine. To learn more about ECOS, please visit getconnectedboating.org. 3. Wheel control. Referring back to Module 1, have the student demonstrate centering the wheel. 4. Shifting and throttle control. With the students having successfully completed Module 1 and 2, have them demonstrate without looking the different throttle positions. While shifting, have each student announce each position. Throttle forward, throttle neutral, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, throttle reverse, throttle neutral. Remember that when the throttle is placed into neutral, an audible count to 5 is done before shifting into gear. Once the trainer has assessed the confidence of each student, you'll teach pulsing the throttle. During this exercise, engage each student on the vessel to maintain a proper lookout and verbally announcing any approaching vessels or hazards. Students can identify any navigation aids and respond appropriately. 5. Finding displacement mode. Before increasing speed from idle, check your surroundings and identify any potential hazards. Teaching students the speed between idle and planing is important for boat and throttle control. Have each student maintain bow control by steering towards a distant object. When the student shifts from neutral to forward, make sure they understand that they are still at idle speed. Have each student announce "coming up" as they ease the throttle forward. Conversely, each student will announce "coming down" as they ease off the throttle back to idle speed. For the students and trainer who are not operating the boat, it is important to maintain 3 points of contact to avoid a man overboard situation. As the trainer, scan the horizon for any potential hazards and keep a watchful eye on the other students on board. 6. Steering straight in displacement mode. As the boat operator shifts into forward and smoothly increases speed, the bow will rise, and the operator will maintain bow control by steering towards a distant object. Have the student watch the RPM needle and call out a number when they have achieved displacement mode. If the bow drops, have the operator back off on the throttle a bit to maintain displacement mode. Each student will demonstrate this maneuver and announce their RPM for maximum displacement mode, the speed at which the bow is still up, but any faster would cause the bow to drop and achieve planing mode. 7. Crossing waves in displacement mode. Depending upon the conditions and boat traffic in the area, have each student demonstrate crossing a wake or wave at a 45-degree angle while in displacement mode. Throttle control is important in this maneuver, and explain to each student that they may need to slow the speed of the vessel. 8. Stopping in displacement mode. As the trainer, make sure that each student is maintaining 3 points of contact. It is also important, as each student rotates at the helm, that they visually check on each passenger. Before reducing speed back to idle, the operator will announce "coming down." Demonstrating throttle control, have the students decrease speed while maintaining bow control. A. For a standard stop, each student will ease off the throttle, not abruptly shift from forward to neutral. While in neutral, the boat still has forward momentum. Have the operator maintain bow control by turning the wheel. Shifting into reverse will stop the forward momentum, and have the students use boater's eye to announce that the boat is stopped. B. While demonstrating an urgent stop, have each operator assess their surroundings and the passengers before beginning this maneuver. Remind each operator of the count while shifting from neutral position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To stop the boat more urgently than a standard stop, the operator will shift into reverse after the 5 count and pulse the throttle to slow the forward momentum. Again, maintain bow control and use boater's eye to confirm the vessel is stopped. 9. Avoiding objects in displacement mode. A floatable seat cushion can be used to demonstrate this maneuver. With each student secured, throw a cushion into the water and have the operator turn the boat towards the object. Have each operator shout "hang on" while swerving around the cushion. Swerving the bow away from the object, then immediately toward the object, will create a wake in the shape of an S. Once past the object, the operator will announce "coming down" to neutral. Discuss whether the operator successfully maneuvered around the object and why it is important to turn the bow towards the object once passed. Turning the bow towards the object puts the boat propeller furthest away from the object, avoiding a potential propeller strike. 10. Ferrying. Bow to wind and stern to wind. To demonstrate this maneuver, you'll lead wind over 5 knots, but less than 15 knots. If you don't have the wind to progress through A through M, this maneuver can be demonstrated on a different day. 11. Holding station. A buoy is a great fixed object to use, but assess your surroundings for any potential hazard. To maintain bow and stern control, the students are practicing steering and throttle control. 12. Ferrying. Bow to current. If conditions are such that you have a current, this maneuver can be practiced. If you're in a location with a dock that has plenty of open space, the students can practice this maneuver while docking. A buoy can also serve as a fixed object. 13. Holding station, bow to current. If conditions are such that you have a current, this maneuver can be demonstrated using a fixed object like a buoy. 14. Shoreline landing and departure. It is possible that you will not have a shoreline to practice this maneuver. If that is the case, using a fixed object, you can still practice the maneuvers simulating a shoreline landing and departure. You've successfully completed Module 3, Open Water Boat Handling. If your students have demonstrated the skills with confidence, they are ready for Module 4, Open Water Advanced Maneuvers.